I'm Tim Trescott, the owner of Beelite Incorporated, and we started many years ago, and we've finally ended up in Morganton, North Carolina. My dad was a commercial beekeeper. I grew up raising from a infant in and around the honeybees, and then as a young teenager and older, I started processing beeswax with my dad, and then we kept building the processing plant bigger and bigger, and I built my own processing, the press stands that we press with even today. And so I've had a lot of other little jobs, but I've always come back to the one I knew the best. Not Beelite, but me and my dad were, when I was a teenager, we processed beeswax for local beekeepers in the state of Florida. And so we had a rendering facility down there, but we were also commercial beekeepers at the time. We run somewhere around 1,000 hives of bees. Then in the mid 80s, I had got married by then in 84, and the price of beeswax had went to about nothing. So me and my wife decided we'd use some of the beeswax that we produce to make candles out of. And that's where the beginning of the candle making, and then it went a good many years making candles just for a few things. And then in 2002, we decided we needed a name, so we called it Beelite Candles and started building our website from there. And then as we grew, we added more stuff to our beeswax processing and got clients to buy bulk beeswax. And in the meantime, in these early years, we learned how to process and clean beeswax. So we had a very good candle beeswax product to offer our customers. Oh, there was a lot of times that the beeswax and working with an agricultural product, you have very little control over it. So we have to put our faith in God, because sometimes the crops would be small and you're not getting the wax that you need, but you got customers that want it. And so it really puts you to the test of getting the material that we needed to do the job. One of the things that I remember right offhand is that money was rock bottom, and we had nothing to, no money to actually hardly do anything. But then we have a big $3,000 candle order come in that we worked actually 24 hours a day to put it out, because that helped give us the money to do what we needed to do to keep on it going, to keep afloat. So we put our faith in God that He just keeps supplying, and sometimes it's tight, but He always has supplied the need when we needed it. A lot of that had to do with, in everything I've done ever since I got married, me and my wife has always been a team. So we've always worked together at all of these, at the candle making. And then one thing I haven't mentioned is that we actually did craft shows for 25 years, from before we become Beelite Candles until just a few years back, when we went to a craft show and basically a mini tornado went through and wiped us out. So and we went to all these craft shows for over 25 years. So we have always been me and my wife has always been a team and worked towards this goal. In our years of doing craft shows, that's where a lot of the kids learned what was going on, because they went to the craft shows, helped us set up, helped us tear down. So they were actually taking money from people when they were small kids and learning how to operate a business, even when they were just, before they even become teenagers. So they always, and then my boys, when I was, even before my girls come along, they worked in the wax plant with me, and they would sit there and run a hose, weighing every pan of wax on a scale, so that we always weighed all our stuff. And so they started out there. So my boys and then my girls have always worked hand in hand up until they got old enough to leave home and do whatever they want. But they've all come back now. We like supporting our local businesses, and we just like having the fact that we are all American, produce a good quality American beeswax that you can't get hardly anywhere else that hasn't been adulterated in one way or another. Ours is straight from the beekeepers. We know the beekeepers. Most, all of them that I know are all American, so it's a totally all American product. And and all our employees are all American employees that we hire right at the moment. Most of them are my family, so it just keeps everything in the family. And we just want to keep putting out a high quality U.S. based product.